Hey everybody, this is Nick Baldwin, and today I'm being joined by Jade Masson-Wong, who challenges Christine Ferea for the BKFC Women's Flyweight title in the main event of BKFC 65 on September 6th in Salt Lake City, Utah. Jade, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it. Now, we're just a couple weeks away from this fight, but before we dive into the actual fight itself, I want to go back to 2021. That's when you made your BKFC debut, when you transitioned to bare knuckle fighting. Why did you do that? Why did you go from MMA to bare knuckle fighting?
Because of the pandemic, there was nothing in MMA. So my manager told me, bare knuckle, we're looking for girls, and are you willing to do it? And I said, why not? I want to be active, and I'm gonna try it. And finally, I really love it more than MMA.
What about bare knuckle fighting do you like more than MMA?
Yeah, what I like more than MMA and bare knuckle, I like the intensity. I like the 2 minute rounds. It fits more with my style because in MMA, I was feeling like I had to manage my energy. Like I could not do everything I want in the round of 5 minutes because I have to keep energy if I want to shoot or if something like that. So 2 minutes round, I go all in and I'm not tired. And I like to see the damage in the face of the people after every punch.
So, yes, so MMA is a crazy sport, but it still wasn't intense enough for you. You wanted
Yeah, and
crazier.
yes, and like I like the yes, it's impressive because it always almost finished in blood, and that's it. I like the we have the risk it's bigger. Like we have to be more careful because one punch can be more damaging than in MMA, but it always depends. But I like this, like that we have to be more careful with that, to really choose our shots and they don't be hit because no glove, everything pass almost. So that's what I like.
So when you say there's more risk in bare knuckle fighting, do you really think that it is more dangerous than MMA just in terms of how punches add up and the impact they have? Do you think it's more dangerous?
I think it's different. I think it's more superficial damage, but almost all the punch is at the head. And MMA, there's like wrestling and everything. So, but you can have a arm break or a kick in the face, or so it depends. It's more distributed in all the body, but you can have bigger shot in MMA. So I think it's just different. It's both, they got their risk.
Yeah. Do you like that it's just striking? You don't need to worry about takedowns or being taken down, this and that. It's a bit more simple. You just can strike and that's what you like to do, I think.
Yes, I like it. Even in my MMA fight, my strength is my fist
Yeah.
and my physical strength too. I'm really strong for a girl, so I can really use it good in bare knuckle.
Hmm. And so when you say that when you transition to BKFC, there's some things you need to worry about just because of it is maybe a bit more dangerous or it's easier to be cut, things like that. What sort of precautions can you take to make sure you're still safe and make sure you're going to be okay when you're in these fights?
What precaution? But I think it's everything. It's in the preparation, like and think about it's gonna be bare knuckle because we cannot practice without gloves. So we do sparring with the headgear, big gloves. But like when when I punch a good punch, or if I receive a good punch, I think okay, maybe this punch would have cut me or things like that. So it's really to uh, not being punched and think that it's gonna pass without gloves.
Hmm.
So that's it, I think.
When you had your first BKFC fight in 2021, did you think you would enjoy it as much as you do?
No, no,
No?
I didn't know. But when I did the first fight, I was less stressed than MMA. So I think it's just like more natural for me. And like, it's not made for everyone, for sure, the bare knuckle, because after that you feel every punch. You feel that the skin is there's damage, but for me, like it was not the first time I've punched people and received punch without gloves, because when I was young I had a few problems. So it was like a return to the roots, I think. So that's why I'm comfortable with that.
You were less stressed before your bare knuckle fights than MMA. Why do you think that is? Like in the locker room, you're just more calm, or
yeah, I feel more at my place. I feel like I have the complete control of my body and my hands, and more natural.
Yeah. Okay. So over the past couple of years, you've won 4 fights, lost 1, good record in BKFC, and now you're getting this opportunity to fight for the title. When they called you and said, "We want you to headline this event, Salt Lake City, Christine Ferea, the flyweight title on the line," were you surprised, or is this what you were expecting after your last victory?
Yes, that's what I was expecting, and because she started to call me on the social media since my not the last fight against Gabby, but against Taylor Starling. So I knew I will fight her. We knew it. Just the timing, I didn't know when, but I was ranked number 1 since last year. So for sure, I knew I'm gonna fight her. So, and I'm really happy, really happy.
What would it mean to you and for your career to become the BKFC Women's Flyweight Champion?
I think it can change a lot of things, like for the country too, for the Canada, because it's still a new sport. People here, they start to know it more about that, but to have a champion in the country can be just good for the sport. And for me, I think it can change really a lot, but we are still not many girls. So I try to bring girls in BKFC. So I try to tag girls and maybe convince some to come, because I already almost fight against all the top 5 girls. So it goes fast. So I hope there will be more girls coming.
Who specifically are you trying to recruit? Anyone specifically that you want to join BKFC?
I want girls that can give show, like me at the way in, the girl that will promote it. There's some good-looking girl too in boxing or MMA, like something that will be really interesting for the fans, and that will brings the best of me too.
Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned, you're from Canada, of course, Quebec City. If you win on September 6th, you will be the first BKFC champion ever to come out of Canada. How big of a deal really do you think that is, not just for you personally, but for Canadian combat sports as a whole?
But exactly that's what I said. I'm the representative of the country, the whole country. Like for the girl, I'm the only woman in the Canada to do it, and I'm the first to have a title shot. So, I believe in me. A lot of people believe in me too, and I want to show that Canadian people they put in work, and we are strong, and we can do a lot of things.
This is probably a silly question. I think you'll say yes, because I think you believe in BKFC, you believe in bare knuckle fighting. But of course, some people would consider it a controversial sport, especially people that don't watch MMA. Maybe they watch football or basketball. BKFC, it's a very brutal sport. But do you think Canadians will fall in love with it even more? Do you think it'll really grow, north of the border?
I think yes. We have the people who want to watch it, and a lot of people too tells me they want to see an event here, and they are really in for that. But it's still like the government that it's a little bit hard for that. But I hope they will be able to come, because we have the people for that.
And are you, when you say the government, are you talking about Quebec specifically or Canada as a whole?
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know Quebec. It's not easy.
It's not easy anywhere, really. I think.
Yeah.
What would it mean to you, though, to if you had the chance to defend the title, if you win the title and then defend it on home soil in Canada, whether in Alberta or Quebec, especially, would be so cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I would love it. I would love it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, your opponent, Christine Ferea, has been the champion since February 2022, which for BKFC is actually a really long time. She's had a few defenses. She's really been dominating the sport in the women's division. What do you think you'll be able to do on September 6th that her past challengers haven't? What makes you different?
Physical strong, hard punch. Like I know I can knock her. And I'm not scared. I go to war. I'm aggressive, and I don't care who is in front of me. I just want to smash her. So I know there's a lot of people who are afraid of her, but me, I really don't care about her.
I'm curious. As someone who fought in MMA a few times, and then now you're really doing well in BKFC. What are your goals beyond this fight? Beyond maybe the championship? Of course, every fighter, their main goal is to win a title, but you're one fight away from that. So beyond this fight, what are some things you want to achieve in combat sports? Before you eventually retire, whenever that may happen.
I want to go as far as I can with bare knuckle for sure. As long as my body is good, my head, as long as everything is good. I want to be able to build something with that too, but I don't have like a specific goal like to go in a mini division and I want my career upgrade, and for now I'm really focused on the fight. So after we gotta see, because they can change many things. So one thing at a time, I think.
Of course, you're focused on bare knuckle, and I don't want to, take your focus off of that. But I do want to ask: do you think you'll ever fight in MMA again? Is that even a remote possibility?
I don't think, because now I just do boxing. So with clinch too, but I think if I would like maybe to do boxing too, just to be like in parallel, because it just can be good to improve my skills and everything. And so we're going to see. But if I do something else, it's going to be boxing.
And you had a boxing match not too long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, in December.
Yeah. And how did that go? You enjoyed it? It was good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, but I was not feeling like I just felt, because I had pain nowhere. So it's like really different. Because I did MMA with the 4-ounce glove. After I did bare knuckle, no glove, and after I did the boxing match with the big glove. So I was like, I feel like it was amateur. So, but it's good for the skill. It's another sport.
How did it feel though? Because I can imagine, like even Mike Perry, for instance, you of course know Mike Perry. He kind of did a similar path, UFC to bare knuckle. Then he just boxed Jake Paul, and the gloves are so big. He had such less impact or against Jake Paul than you see him against Eddie Alvarez. He beats guys up, but against Jake Paul, he wasn't able to. How different was it really, and how much of a challenge was that in the big gloves in boxing?
But it's really more, I think, technical, because the damage, there's damage, but really less, depends. But it was good. I did a good fight. There was a specific thing. We were working on that. And the thing is that my opponent I even don't remember her name, but we didn't know nothing about her. She was 2-1, I think, in boxing. And so we didn't have, I think we had like 1 minute of video of her. We didn't know nothing. So it was really more like for me, for myself. I did that for myself to work on the thing, to continue to improve before the next fight I had in bare knuckle. So I was really looking at that like that.
All right. Well, September 6th, BKFC 65 main event against Christine Ferea. Last thing, how do you get the job done?
How I will get the job done?
Yes.
I'm gonna punch her hard in the face.
I guess
I don't want to say. I don't want to say what I'm gonna do.
Of course,
but she will have pain in the face.
Let's leave it there. That's really classic bare knuckle fighting, and I love it. Thanks so much for the time.
You're welcome. Thanks to you.
Good luck to you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.